Hey, Fram! Let's chat. To be here with y'all. I'm so excited. Yes. It's been a long time coming, but we here. We made it, and we are so glad that you are here. Listen, everybody has a role in the family agenda. Everybody on this couch, in these chairs, we have a role, and we want to make sure that we touch every aspect of life that affects family. So, y'all, friends that become family equals family.
That's right.
What makes somebody a family member?
Somebody a family member is somebody you know you can trust.
Yes.
People that you can be yourself with. You don't have to fake it, right?
Come
on. And being able to be transparent. I want to be able to feel like I can be myself and talk about whatever is on my mind to talk about. And and grow together.
Think about loyalty. Loyalty and trust go hand in hand.
They go hand in hand.
They do.
And in order to build trust, it has to be tested.
Yeah.
Right? And it's not just about you being able to defend me if I'm not in your presence.
Yeah.
But can I trust you with my life? I say to my friends all the time, if I happen to go before y'all go, I expect you all to be right behind my mama, at the funeral, not back there with the friends, but you all are my family. And I mean that. I mean that because for me, there have been moments where my family showed up and my blood
before your family.
Right. So that, for me, that's, I hold my friends, my family dear to my heart.
Do you trust someone you just met? Or does a family member mean that you trust them over time?
I think for me, it has to be over time. Like, if anybody knows me, I am not. When you first meet me, or if you're introducing someone, I'm an observer first. And when I'm observing, I'm like, okay, now how should I respond? I don't really say a whole lot unless, it's very surface.
Yeah.
Again, my best friend knows that. So, but I also want to say, I always was a person that was like, Drake had this song called No New Friends. And that kind of changed my perspective because after that, I have met some pretty amazing people that I call family today.
Right.
So I think that I am against now seeing new friends because you never know what you may come across.
You never know because you never know what people can bring to your life, and especially in adulthood.
Right.
That's a big thing.
To me, when I choose my friends, I often keep things that my grandmother said in the back of my head, meaning that she said some good quality things, but she also said some solid things. And one of the things she said, never let your friends give you a check that your ass can't cash. And
wait a minute.
Yeah.
It is time for us to introduce the star of this show.
Yes.
It's our swear jar. Everybody give it up for the swear jar. The swear jar was specifically brought to this platform for Auntie Tay. Because every now and then she let a little one slip, and she got to put some money in the sweat jar.
You want to put in there for you?
Yeah, you can go ahead and put that in there. And you might want to get some more because Auntie Taylor might bring out some
She
more
just
with that.
might.
Because I'm going to keep it real. Hey, what Granny said, let's bring it all to its perspective, meaning that you are the company that you keep.
Yeah.
Don't allow your friends to get you in some situations that you can't easily get out. And when you're choosing those friends, are those quality friends that you're willing to call family?
Yeah.
Or do you trust me with your children? Or do you trust me with something that you told me? Or if we get in trouble, are we gonna duke it out together? Hey, you have my back, I have your back. So those are things that I bring to the table when I'm choosing who is my friends and what I call family.
Yeah.
And it's very, it's about this small.
And what word comes to mind? Words is best interest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What friends have my best interest? And that phrase to me, says don't pick a friend that doesn't have your best interest
Right,
at
right.
heart.
That's right.
Because you won't put me in those situations.
That's
Right.
true.
You won't tell me to say certain things. You won't tell me to go certain
Right,
places
true. Right.
because you have my best interest at heart.
Accountability.
What does that mean to you? Like,
So accountability, I mean, right now, it's the beginning of the year. People, starting out this whole new year, still the same me, but new goals.
Right.
People that are going to hold you accountable for
Right.
those things. So if you want to start a business, if you want to start a podcast,
yeah.
if you want, just whatever it is that you say that you want to put your mind up to and you want to stick to it,
Yeah.
having those people that are going to say, okay, well now you said you was going to start your
Yes,
business.
right.
What's going on?
What's the hold
up?
Right.
Hold me accountable.
Right.
Or if outside of the things that we want to do, if I have done something and it's not right, I want you to be able to tell me or hold me accountable. Nelly J, you're
You're not doing what you said
You're
you
not
gonna
doing
do.
what you
Right.
said you was gonna do, or the way that you handled that was not okay. You need to go and handle, change it.
And everybody needs it.
Everybody, but everybody can't take it.
Right.
And that's
That
what
part.
I was
Woo! Can
That
you
part.
dish?
Take it.
That part.
Let's
So
normalize.
let's normalize not being offended when your friends
Yeah.
are not just your yes friends.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
We have to have a difficult conversation.
Let's normalize taking good advice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And seeking wisdom when necessary.
Also, I believe friends should go through and whether any kind of storm that you're going through. Like, be supportive, be
Yeah.
there for you, not just allowing other friends that's in y'all circle to say like, hey, let's be accountable
Yeah.
that you're wrong for what you did to this person. Let's hold each
that's
other
good.
accountable
Yeah.
for that. Because Brandon and I can have a disagreement. And could they not disagree with? Well, we had a disagreement, but can you come to me and say, Auntie Tavia, you kind of was wrong for that.
Oh,
Put me in my place and say, hey, step back and look at the situation before you go to the next step or whatever.
that's important.
So that's very important when you have multiple friends that share the same friends to me. Yes.
Especially because you see it your way.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You see it your way. You're not, and because you're upset about it, may not be open to seeing each other's views on
Right.
it. So having,
Right.
your other family members from the outside looking in and say, well, this is what I observed. It might hit something that you was like, but dang, I didn't even think about it
Right.
like that. And y'all might be mad about something that really wasn't even that deep.
Right.
It wasn't,
Right.
or even remember.
Right.
Because sometimes we can be mad so long. It's like, do y'all really remember what y'all were mad about?
Right.
This
I've been in
like,
this
why are you
situation.
still not talking?
I think one more topic that we really need to look at is loyalty.
Wow.
I think if we hit the top three, we have trust, we have accountability,
True.
and then we have loyalty.
Yeah.
Making sure that those friends that we attach ourselves to are truly our friends. Like, there's no hidden motive.
I have friends that we can go months without talking, but when we connect, we pick up right where we left off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, I can trust that person or those people with some of the most,
Yeah.
the deepest
Yes.
things.
You can give them the code to your phone.
Yeah.
Like, listen.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Ah.
Now that's a topic.
That's a topic.
That's a topic.
More to come. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Because that code and that phone, listen, we have a thing in our family. We say, look, when I go on to be with the Lord, put my
Listen.
phone in the casket.
Yeah.
Throw it in there.
So
Yeah.
one of the things that we want to bring to the table is not just what goes on in our personal circles, but we want to bring to you all some of the things that you're talking about at home.
Yeah.
And most times it's what you see on TV, what you see on Instagram, what you see in Shade Room.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite places to go. And see, like, ooh, let me see what these people doing.
Yeah.
You know, and it's our hot topic section where we look at the world and we say, golly, could I be a friend with that person? So B Cal
Yes.
always has a good one for us. You always have something good for us to talk about. And so, like, what's going on in pop culture?
So, of course, everybody knows about this Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion
Tell us about
case.
it. Tell us about
It's
it.
just so much going on. So, if you have been living under a rock, you know, of course, you know, Megan Thee Stallion and Kelsey were best friends, and Tory Lanez, they were all at a party together. I think it was one of those Kardashian Jenners. Yeah, and they left the party and all in the car together. And next thing we know, we see Megan get out of the car. She's bleeding from her foot. She was saying that Tory was telling her dance beat.
He did it. Guilty.
Yes. So we know that he's been convicted guilty. So, you know, so we can say allegedly he shot her.
Yeah.
But this it goes back to, again, Megan and Kelsey were best friends. But they let a man come between them. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, again, where is the loyalty?
Right.
So you know, in situations you shouldn't let a man or a woman come between a friendship.
Yes.
But it happens.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Auntie got something to say.
What you gotta say?
What do you gotta say, Auntie Jay?
Auntie always feel this way. And BJ and I talked about this before. I don't care who his friends are. I know my role.
That's right.
I know what I mean to him.
Right.
What I mean to him might not be what B Cal means to him. What B Cal means to him might not be what I mean to him. So I say that to say this: know your role and be okay with it. If he go out with 20 people, know that 21 is me, and can't nobody beat me at being me.
Right.
Come on.
Right.
Can't nobody take Auntie Tavy's place.
Yes.
Can't nobody take my place and not one of y'all likes
Yes.
because I mean what I mean to you.
And then to your point, I think every friend group, every person in a friend group, you know what position that person serves in your life. You might have the person that you can vent to.
Yep.
You might have that friend that you can cry to.
Yeah.
You have that friend that you can go out and hang out with. They might not be the same person.
Yes.
And you have to understand each person in your friend group to
That's
understand
good.
what they are offering to your
And
life.
respect it.
And respect
I
it.
do find myself telling people in my close, you know, group of friends that I don't have to compete.
Right.
I know my place.
Yeah.
In everybody's lives that are close, you know, closest to me. I don't need validation.
Right.
Because I know what I do and what I bring to the table. And
And sometimes you have those friends that just want just you.
Oh, those don't work for me.
They don't
I
work
can't
for
handle
me.
those.
Yeah.
Because I'm
Territorial
no.
friends.
I'm not an octopus, so I can't give you this limb. And hell, you can't have that limb. And so I'm just saying, I need an octopus. So I need you to understand that when you're my friend, it's enough for me to go around.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I kind of stray away from those people that just want just you to just be their friend.
Yeah.
That's the topic in
Yeah,
itself.
that's a topic.
I think we have
Yeah.
touched on about 50 topics
Yeah,
in
yeah,
this
yeah,
conversation.
yeah.
And so, you know, this is just giving you a bird's eye view of what we'll be talking about as we keep going and dissecting these relationships and what friendship really means, you know. And that's all it is. That's all family is. It's just friendship to the next level.
Right.
And, you know, where we look at these people like, you are my brother, you are my sister, and I want you to invite you all to just be a part of the conversation, man. It's a good conversation. And as you can see, it can go on and on and on.
Yeah.
But what we always want to do is leave you all with some type of motivation. So, BJ, we're ending strong, and we're going to end with a little bit of motivation.
All right, So today's quote comes to you from Thomas J. Watson. And the quote says, "Don't make friends who are comfortable to be with. Make friends who will force you to lever yourself up."
Wow.
Level up,
Like
level up,
it,
level up, level up.
like it.
Yeah, I like that.
About like, you know, the quote that says you are the 5 people you hang around the most. And if you're the strongest person in your friend group, then you need to start looking like you got to open that funnel up, because there's no way you can just always be the strongest person in your friend group.
Right.
Like, I want people.
It's stressful.
Yeah, it is stressful. It's exhausting at times. Like, you need to have people that are going to challenge you, that are going to say, okay, you flipped 3 houses.
Yeah.
Let's do
How?
commercial.
Yeah.
Let's. How did you
Yes.
do that? But have you considered commercial property? Like, you know, how do you again level yourself up? You know, you've gotten your degree. You know, you may not go back and get another degree, but what are you doing with the degree? Like, you got the degree, but you got the same kind of job.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And you keep coming to me complaining about where you are. Level up.
Leveling up is important. Upgrading is important. And then sometimes it shouldn't take a friend. It should be a self-diagnosis of what our life looks like. And then also those goals that we have. Like, think about them and make them real and make them reality. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of times we sit on things, and I always say that here lately in 2023, like you talked about 2023, sometimes we have to like take that magnifying glass and put it on ourselves and say like, I want to be better, and how can I make myself better? And if that means that you sit down in your own space and write down those things that you have not done that you've always wanted to do, do them. Like, we have to. And then also, just to your point, those friends should support us in doing that, and then offer help if necessary, or offer expertise. And I think that speaks to that. Like, yeah, you want to do this, but how can you do it? And here's ways that you can do it. So, man, that's a good quote. That's a great quote. And I think that's our time. I see our producers in the back like, wrap it up. But this has been good, y'all. This has been good. And so, listen, welcome to the Framily. We are on all social media platforms. Like, share, subscribe. Listen, we are on YouTube at The Framily Agenda. We are on Twitter at Framily Agenda with no the. And then we are on Instagram at The Framily Agenda. As well as, listen, we like to hear from you. We want to hear those topics that you may have for us. And you can always email us at thefamilyagenda@gmail.com. And we will look at those, we'll read them, and we'll bring them up in our topics and our conversations. But at the end of the day, we are excited that you're here. And we're excited that you found our page. And we can't wait to see you in the next episode of The Framily